This is Barbara Ellistad. We're at the Mesquite Fine Arts Gallery 10th anniversary celebration on June 27th. It's hard to believe that it's 10 years. And we are with Terry MacArthur and Randy MacArthur. And Randy, you were one of the original founders of the Virgin Valley Artists Association. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. It was back in about 2000. And at the time, another man named John Nyberg had an art studio here in town and had about, probably 8 students at the time. And I didn't know the man, and he had an open house. And I stopped by and met him, and we hit it off because we were both lifelong artists. And I started hanging out with him, and his group went from 8 to 12, to then it was 14. And then we decided we wanted to form a group. And we had meetings at different members' houses once a month. And we finally put together the name Virgin Valley Artists Association. We talked about Mesquite artists, but we thought, well, no, because we want to include people from the valley all over. And one thing just led to another, and the next thing we know, we had like about 30 members.
Wow.
And we started having art auctions at Sundancer's restaurant. I knew Sherry Green, which was Cy Red's daughter.
Yeah.
And I had done a lot of work for her as repairing furniture and building new furniture in her house. And John and I went to her and said, how much will you charge to rent us your building for these art auctions? And she looked right back and said, I won't charge anything. You arrange with Chef Matthew John to get the food paid for, and you can have the building. We won't even charge you to pay for it.
How fun. Wow.
So we started having an auction. Bob Shively, a great person here in town, that has put a lot of money into the gallery as far as donation-wise, was our auctioneer. And very fun nights. People would come dressed up, great food, great fun. It would last probably 5 or 6 hours.
Oh my gosh.
We had that inside and out at Sundancers at least 5 times over the year.
Don't forget Melanie Cohen.
Melanie Cohen, which is a realtor here in town. She used to be at the grill room as a waitress. And she was a friend of mine, and she would just go over the top. She did decorations and made all the arrangements for everything to work inside and out. We had a Mexican dinner outside with live entertainment and live auction. And over the years, we got enough money in the bank that we said, we need a gallery. So John and I went to the city offices and sat down with the city manager. I don't remember what his name was at the time.
Brian Montgomery.
No.
Okay, before him?
Alan said it wasn't Brian. It was before Brian.
Okay.
Yeah, I just talked to Alan about that, and he said, no, it wasn't Brian. And we said, okay, we'd like your help in the city. And he says, no, we don't want to get involved with that. And turned his back and started to walk out of the room. And I said, but we have $26,000 to go towards this. And he turned around and came back in and goes, you do? And the rest started negotiating. We sent out requests to local architects in the area for plans. They finally got approved. I worked with the city council to get the funding for at the time, John Nyberg got divorced and moved to California. And left me holding back. He was the first president of the Virgin Valley Arts Association. I was the next president. And I went to the council and worked with them probably at least 6 or 7 times at council meetings to request the funding and telling them why we needed it. Finally, it was approved, and about a year and a half later, the building was built.
Wow, how fun. What a great story. Yeah. Now, you were the one who cut out all the coyotes for this month's coyote contest.
Yes.
How great was that?
Originally, Kathleen Burkholz came to me in probably December of last year and said, think about this. Give us a bid. How much you charge to do this? We want 40 of these coyotes. They need to be 4 feet tall. And so I worked up a bid, and I never heard back from her. And I thought the ball was dropped. And then Linda Voss came by one day at my shop and said, you ready to do the coyotes? We got the funding, everything's a go. And I said, oh, really? And at the time, we were moving out of that shop that was basically 2,300 square feet, back to my house garage.
Uh-oh.
And
Uh-oh.
so I said, okay, but give me a month. I gotta have a month to move.
Yeah.
And so
Yes, it was a challenge.
I gave them the invoice. They gave me half down. I went and bought the material and cut them out in about 2 days. I think. They're
Wow.
all routed out from a template.
Wow. That's a
And
lot of
there's
work.
41 because when I was making them, she only requested 40, and I said, I want one. I'm going to make me one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so all the paper articles say 40 coyotes. No, there's 41.
41. Okay, I'll make sure I get it 41
And
tomorrow.
now there's 42 because one of the members here had a sister that flew in from San Diego to one of the events, saw the coyotes, fell in love with it. She got a hold of me and requested me make one more. So now there's one in San Diego too.
Oh, it's just been so fun seeing all of the different decorated coyotes and all of the innovative and imaginative ideas with each one of them. Did you ever think that it would be this big and this popular?
I didn't.
This fun?
Yeah, each one was totally different.
Yeah.
It was very unusual.
Yeah. And Terry, so what part did you play in all of this through the years?
Well, I've been at his side for most of that time.
Yeah.
And when we had the art auctions, they let me be Vanna White.
Uh-oh. All
I don't
right.
out in my long gown and heels and all decked out, and
Yeah.
we had a good time.
Yeah, it was really fun times. That's something that we need to bring back here at Bergeron because it was a gala event.
Yeah.
Black tie.
People willingly bought art, and
Yeah.
that money went directly into the fund to help operations. And it's a great fun time.
Well, if today is any indication with the crowd that we had, I've never seen so many people at the art gallery today. So if that's an indication, I think we're on our way.
Also, at the time, I was working for the Desert Valley Times, and I interviewed all the artists. So they all got a piece in the
She
paper.
was the staff writer for the
Yeah,
BBT.
I remember that. Yep.
And so we had inside scoop for stories.
Yeah.
We just make a phone call and she's there doing the story.
Yeah, well,
Well,
good.
We weren't quite a 501c yet.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't until the gallery got formed that that ball got rolling because it's not easy. You don't just apply
Yeah.
and get approved.
Yeah.
But Sherry Wollstonholm, the president that took over after me, kind of spearheaded that and got it approved.
Yeah.
So it's a big load off your mind not to have to worry about that.
Well, I can tell you that it's just been great having the gallery, and it's just such a wonderful addition to the Mesquite community. And thank you so much for everything you did to help get it started
It's a
and
wonderful thing to
all
see
the
day to
years.
day.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting bigger and
It
better.
does. Bigger and bigger. So thank you very much, Randy
welcome.
and Terry.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you around the gallery.
I bet you will.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.